Hi again everyone, Mahmoud here from the Greenhouse Gas Reporting Program. In this video, I will be demonstrating how you can use the ECCC and Partners GHG reporting module in SWIM to report your general reporting requirements to Environment and Climate Change Canada. I will also demonstrate how to submit a does not meet criteria notification. I would recommend that you watch my previous administrative video for setting up your profile in SWIM so that you can properly access and use the reporting module. Once you have completed setting up your profile in SWIM, simply select the ECCC and Partners GHG reporting and ECCC output-based pricing system link to go into the module. Now select GHG reporting. We have now left SWIM and entered the ECCC and Partners GHG emissions reporting module. The reporting dashboard serves as the main screen for the reporting module. This is where you can perform all actions for reporting. If you need to select Home on the top menu or click on SWIM in the breadcrumbs. If you click on Help, you will see the toggle in context help, which you can click to toggle additional information on or off. My Profile allows you to view your reporting module role. When you first access the reporting module, the facility report list will be blank. You will notice two options at the bottom of the screen. The custom fuel list applies only to facilities subject to expanded reporting requirements. To add a new report, click the Add New Report button. Please note that the Add New Report button will not appear if you do not have a role that allows you to edit a report. If you do not have access functionalities that you believe you should have access to, please contact your SWIM organization lead, who has the ability to provide you with access. Now click on the Add New Report button. You will then be directed to the Find Facility page, which displays the facilities that you are allowed to report on. You can use the search tool to display certain facilities by entering text in the facility name and clicking on the filter icon. You can add one facility report at a time. To add a facility report to the dashboard, select the corresponding Add icon. After adding a facility report, this will bring you back to the reporting dashboard. If you need to add additional facility reports, select the Add New Report button and repeat the previous steps. Once the report has been created for each facility, select the Edit icon or select Edit from the drop-down menu list. The Reporting Options screen requires you to identify the type of report you wish to submit. The list of options available depends on the physical address of the reporting facility. You may choose to report ECCC only, or in some cases, you may also choose to report to your province as well. For facilities in BC, there is a pre-population option. However, this option should not be used by facilities subject to the GHGRP's expanded reporting requirements, as the system will not allow you to provide expanded data. Select the appropriate option for your facility. For this demo, we will select Report ECCC only and select Save Continue. On the Select Facility Contacts page, verify that the appropriate contacts are chosen and then click on Save Continue. You will then see the Verify Facility Information screen. Note the page status near the top right corner. It is initially incomplete, and the section you are working on will have an orange square icon with an exclamation point displayed on the left-hand menu. If you need to make corrections to the Verify Facility Information screen, you can return to SWIM to make these changes by clicking on Home on the top menu bar. If you wish to have the changes you have made in Swim reflected on this page, click on the Refresh from Swim button at the bottom of the page. There is a common issue with the physical address, where an error will be present if there is any information that is missing for a facility's physical address. If you have an error present, please go back to Swim by clicking on Home, and make sure that the physical address fields for the facility you are working on are all correct and updated, and click on Save. From there, please navigate back to this screen and click on the Refresh from Swim button and review or fill in any information that may not be populated. If problems still persist, please contact us via our GHG inbox and we can look into a fix for this. Some fields can be edited on the screen. Please note that changes made on the screen will only affect the report you are working on and may be overwritten if the Refresh from Swim button is used. If you make any changes on the screen and would like those changes reflected back in Swim, click the Save to Swim button at the bottom of the screen to save the changes back to Swim. Now click Validate to check for errors. If there are any errors, they will be flagged. So please click Validate again to make sure there are no errors. If there are no errors, the page status will be complete. You will also notice on the left-hand menu a green square with a check mark to indicate that the section is complete. Then click on Save Continue to save your changes. Please note that we recommend that you save your report constantly to avoid losing your work, as there is a limited amount of time of 20 minutes available where you can stay on the same screen due to security measures put in place. After this allotted time, the system will log you out automatically. The Facility Activities screen requires you to identify the activity that your facility is engaged in. The list of activities includes all of the Phase 1 and Phase 2 expansion sectors. For facilities in Ontario, using the ECCC and ON reporting option, specific facility activities for Ontario will appear on this screen as shown now. These additional activities that you see here are specific to Ontario reporting requirements. If you have any questions about these additional activities, please contact Ontario Ministry of the Environment, Conservation and Parks. Facilities engaged in the activities shown on the screen are subject to expanded reporting requirements as part of the Phase 1 or Phase 2 expansion of the GHGRP. Additional videos will be available that cover each of the activities listed. Select none of the above if your facility is not engaged in any of the listed activities and not subject to the expansion. In provinces or territories where the federal output-based pricing system applies, facilities that are subject to this regulation must quantify emissions for activities covered under this regulation using OBPS-specific methodologies. To reduce reporting burden, ECCC is providing an option to these facilities to utilize the OBPS quantification methodologies for reporting to the federal GHGRP. For facilities in these provinces or territories, a mandatory question will appear on the facility activities screen related to the options to use OBPS quantification methodologies. If a facility is subject to the OBPS regulations and wishes to take advantage of this option, select Yes. For reporters subject to the expansion, this will trigger the system to display OBPS methodologies when required to choose an emissions quantification methodology on the following activity screens. For reporters not subject to the expansion, there are no additional activity screens. Therefore, this will not impact any of the following screens. It will simply indicate to us that you are using the OBPS methodologies. This is completely optional. Facilities that are subject to federal OBPS regulations do not have to select yes. By selecting yes, you are simply indicating that you are choosing to use OBPS quantification methodologies in your GHGRP report. Keep in mind that the federal OBPS regulations often refer to the GHGRP's 2017 methodologies. Therefore, if yes is selected, you should be referring to the 2017 methodologies. For this demo, we will select none of the above for the facility activities, then click on Save Continue. Section A is where you will fill in information on carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrous oxide emissions by source category. An entry is required for the total emissions for each gas, type, and emission category. Enter the appropriate quantity in tons. You may enter up to 8 digits in front of the decimal and up to 6 digits after the decimal point. Select Not Applicable if the emissions for the gas type are not present at the facility or the emissions are not estimated due to lack of data. Indicate the methodologies used to calculate the emission reported. Check all that apply. MDM stands for monitoring or direct measurements. MB is mass balance. EF, emission factors. And EE, engineering estimates. Now simply fill in your emissions. Now click on Validate to check for any errors. If there are any errors, they will be flagged. Once the error is fixed, the page will be complete. Now click on Save Continue to save the information. Section B is where you will enter any CO2 emissions from biomass combustion. For some provinces, for example Alberta, this is where you will see some additional province-specific reporting requirements. Now simply fill in your information for Section B. And click on Validate to check for errors. And then click on Save Continue to save the information. Next is Section C, where hydrofluorocarbon, perfluorocarbon, and sulfur hexafluoride emissions are entered. Simply fill in your information and click on Validate to check for errors, and then Save Continue to save the information. On the summary page, no input is required. The GHG totals are calculated automatically. It exists to review your facility's total emissions. If you find any errors, please go back to Section A, B, and C and check your emissions. Click on Save Continue to navigate to the next screen. The comments section is optional. Enter any comments you wish to include related to the information you have reported. This page also has an area where you can indicate a reason for any change in GHG emissions from the previous year. If there was a significant change in emissions or anything unusual in your report, please include an explanation in the comments. This will help avoid future follow-up. Click on Save Continue. On the confidentiality request screen, you can request confidentiality by selecting Yes from the drop-down menu. You must also upload a document containing your written request to Environment and Climate Change Canada with your report submission that includes identification of the specific information that you wish to keep confidential, appropriate justification, and supporting documentation. For this demo, we will select No from the drop-down menu and then select Save Continue and you will return to the reporting dashboard. Now that the report status is ready to submit, the Submit action icon will appear on the reporting dashboard for users who have a role which allows them to submit the report. Select the Submit action icon, or select Submit from the drop-down menu. On the Report Submissions and Electronic Certification screen, please review the report before submitting. The Authorized Signing Officer indicates agreement with the Statement of Certification. If a reporting lead acting on behalf of the Authorized Signing Officer will be submitting the report, the Statement of Certification section will need to be printed by clicking on Print Statement of Certification button at the bottom of the screen. Please have it signed by hard copy by the Authorized Signing Officer and then upload the document. The reporter can submit the report by clicking the Submit button. Please note that once the report has been submitted, it cannot be deleted. If successful, a confirmation message will appear on the screen. Click OK to return to the reporting dashboard. The reporting dashboard will now show that the facility report has been submitted with a date and timestamp. An example of this is shown on the screen. We have completed the creation and submission of a GHG report to ECCC. In addition to the edit and submit actions, there are a number of other actions available from the reporting dashboard screen. The available actions, depending on the report status, are: select Generate Report to produce a version of your report that can be easily printed or saved to your computer. Please retain a copy of the report and any information on which the report was based. This is a legal requirement as per the latest Canada Gazette notice requiring the reporting of GHG emissions. Select to delete a report before it has been submitted. Please note again that you cannot delete a report once it has been submitted, as shown on the screen now. You can select Update to update the most recently submitted report. And you can select History to view a list of all reports for this facility for the current reporting year. If your facility does not meet the reporting threshold, then you can submit a Does Not Meet Criteria or DNMC notification. To submit a DNMC notification, first select Add a New Report button at the bottom of the screen. Then select the corresponding Add icon for the facility. Now select the Edit Action icon or Edit from the drop-down menu. On the Reporting Options screen, select DNMC Notification as the report type. Then click Save Continue. On the next screen, you will need to provide a reason why your facility did not meet the reporting criteria for the year in question. Click Save Continue to save your changes and proceed back to the reporting dashboard. To submit the DNMC notification, select the Submit icon or select Submit from the drop-down menu. On the Report Submission and Electronic Certification screen, select Submit to complete the submission. Select OK on the confirmation message, and you would have submitted a DNMC notification to ECCC. This concludes our demo on how to use the GHG reporting module in SWIM to report your general emissions to Environment and Climate Change Canada. I will also be demonstrating how to use the GHG reporting module to report your expanded emissions in future videos. Thank you all for watching.